Hello, I'm here to talk about Sarah Orne Jewett and her work, The White Heron. I did an infograph just explaining about her and about her novel. Okay, so we're gonna go down the purple first and then come back of the first page. The second page is a little different. So this is a fiction American novel, and the main focus is on regionalism. It was published in 1886, and the original language was English. And I really believe that the impact of the entire story is that it wants to prove that in situations you have to keep your morals without letting people cloud your judgment. And one of the main symbols within the story is the white heron, and I think it represents the wild and the beauty of nature and the freedom that it gives you throughout nature. And let's go back up here to the top. Let's talk a little bit about Sarah Orne. So she was born on September 3rd, 1849, in South Berwick, Maine. And then she died in June of 1909. Her parents are Caroline France Perry and Theodore Herman Jewett. She had a very successful education. She went to the Berwick Academy, the Bondoin College, and even Harvard University. And I was doing some research and I couldn't find her top 5 work, but some other things that she wrote other than A White Heron was Deep Haven, Play Days, Old Friend and New, Country Byways, and A Country Doctor. Okay. So let's talk about the just the overall summary of the story. That's going to be in purple right here. It says, the story was about a 9-year-old girl who lived with her grandmother in Maine woodlands, who was very connected to nature. She met a strange man, the hunter. One night, while bringing her cow in, the hunter proceeded to ask Sylvia to allow him to stay in their house. When they got there, the hunter told them about the bird, the white heron, in which he wanted to kill and stuff, Sylvia, being a nature lover, ended up saving the bird by not telling the hunter where they were, even though he could have made her and her grandmother very rich. So if we look over in the red, there are quotes. So the first one, it says that it seems she had never been alive it seems that she had never been alive before she came to live at the farm. So I think that's very significant to the story, only because without this connection to nature, she didn't really have that outlet in order to overcome the hunter's offer and things like that. The next one says she could not understand why he killed the very bird he seemed to like so much. And it goes back to the nature lover and the idea of how young she is, and I just think that's very significant because that was really one of the first sites that she wasn't going to give in to his offers. The next one says the same thing. That's not supposed to be the same. I'm so sorry. But then it says right here, it says he can make them rich with money. He has promised it, and they are very poor, or they are poor now. And it goes back to the whole giving into his guilt, I would say, because it's just like they want to prove that they're worth, like, morally, she wants to prove that she's worth more than money. And the next thing we're going to talk about is the characters. We've talked about what the story's about. What the story's about. And some of the characters in there are obviously Sylvia and the hunter, because during the summary I kind of explained that to you. But also Miss Tilly, which is Sylvia's grandmother, and the hunter, who they described as very tall and mysterious. So some themes of the story would have to be greed, innocence, and like freedom through nature, because greed coming from the hunter and how he would do anything to basically destroy nature, and then innocence because the girl was very young and she didn't really understand how he could hurt something that he loved so much. And then freedom through nature, obviously, even though she is so young, she is very connected to nature and what it offers her. And there's a picture of Miss Sarah. And just to add some things to it, it says you must find your own quiet center of life and write from that to the world. And that's a quote from Sarah herself that really says, really, like, that you have to take what you find in life and make something good out of it. Like, and we really need that in today's society because of everything like going on. And another quote that she says is, "It seems to me like stealing for men and women to live in the world and do nothing to make it better." And I feel like that's absolutely true. Like, if we as humans, like men and women, don't thrive to make the world a better place, especially now in society, it's like we're stealing more and making society worse. Thank you so much for listening.